This is Tommy from Tommy's Healing with your weekly astrology update for February 23rd through March 1st. We are in the middle of eclipse season right now. We just experienced the solar eclipse in Aquarius, and on March 3rd, we will have the lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo. Not only that, but we just had the Saturn-Neptune conjunction in Aries a few days ago. So we are really in the thick of this intense transformational energy right now. There's a lot of unexpected changes and events happening, and this is affecting us collectively as well as individually. And I'm happy to shed more light on how each day of this week is going to play out energetically. If you are interested in a personal reading or healing, I am currently offering them on my website. The link will be listed in the description of this video. It is tommyshealing.com. Let's go ahead and get started and talk about this week. On Monday the 23rd, the moon will be in the sign of Taurus and form a sextile with Mercury in Pisces. It will square Mars in Aquarius and conjoin Uranus in Taurus before entering Gemini in the afternoon. And as soon as it enters Gemini, it will form a sextile with Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Aries. We will definitely be able to feel the energy shift from the morning to the afternoon. The energy feels a bit restless for the first half of the day. The moon square Mars aspect particularly can be unsettling. We can feel like events are playing out that are triggering us, or like unexpected things are getting in the way of our routine and they're causing us to feel dysregulated. My piece of advice for this energy is to go with the flow, be patient, and be flexible. So that way, if anything happens through this morning, you have the energetic and emotional bandwidth to handle it. But as the moon enters Gemini in the afternoon and sextiles Saturn and Neptune, we feel reinvigorated by this new energy. We are in this new timeline now that Saturn and Neptune are in Aries. So when the moon forms honestly, any aspect with these two planets, whether it's harmonious or quote unquote negative, we are going to feel this new energy. And so with this sextile, we are going to feel inspired. We may be creatively just coming up with new things. Our mind is going to be active, and so there's going to be a lot of ideas flowing. So use the afternoon to evening on Monday to maybe journal and get all of your ideas out that you've been keeping in, because you're going to have a lot of energy in the morning. So use that energy in the afternoon and evening and just get everything on the table, because there is so much energetic change happening and you are going to feel that inspiration. So that is your energy for Monday. On Tuesday, the 24th, the moon will be in the sign of Gemini. It will trine Pluto early in the morning and form a square with the sun in Pisces early in the morning. There is not much activity happening on this day. However, this day does indicate that we are halfway through eclipse season, as the moon forms a square with the sun, and we are feeling this push towards a new chapter. However, we don't know exactly how we are going to get there. All we know is that we feel this rush of energy pushing us forward. And as the moon's in Gemini, we're going to have a lot of mental activity. We are going to feel inspired to communicate and to perceive what is happening and to get our words onto paper or onto a computer, or our words need to be voiced to others. This is a great time for communicating how you feel in whatever medium works for you that will align you with the energy of Gemini, which is about perception and communication. Yeah, Tuesday is definitely going to be a day where we can feel that we're going somewhere. We just don't know how we're going to get there. So just use this mental energy to get all of your ideas out, so that way when you need these ideas, they are there for you. On Wednesday, the 25th, we have a lot of activity. We start the day with the moon forming a square with Mercury. The moon will then trine Mars and then enter Cancer in the evening. And in the very late evening, Mercury in Pisces will station retrograde, and the moon in Cancer will form a square to Neptune and Saturn in the sign of Aries. As Mercury stations retrograde, we are going to feel confused. We are not going to know where we are headed. There may be changes of plans or things not working out the way you'd expect them to on this day. And this energy is going to last until March 20th. Mars is active today as the moon forms a trine with it. So we have this element of us pushing forward, similar to Tuesday. However, we do not know where we're gonna go, like I said previously. So it's this weird blend of having this energy to push forward, and yet we don't know where we're going. So it feels like you're sailing through fog, is what I would say. You're going through fog, you know you're going in a direction, you're trying to head towards your destination, which you don't even know where your destination is, you just know you want to head somewhere, and it's foggy. So try to find the humor in anything that goes wrong on this day. There is going to be a level of emotional sensitivity, especially in the evening as the moon enters Cancer and squares Saturn and Neptune. So you may feel like you've bit off more than you can chew with whatever new chapter you're entering, but don't let your fears stop you, because these are fears from your energetic past. They don't hold any validity. They don't hold any validity unless you decide that it does. So you don't have to let the past hold you back, and just examine how you emotionally feel in the evening during the moon entering Cancer transit. And yeah, Wednesday is going to be a very important day as our favorite retrograde of Mercury is happening. On Thursday, the 26th, we have a relatively quiet day, as the only transit happening is the moon conjoining Jupiter, which is happening late in the evening. So Thursday is a day of transition of sorts. We are still deeply in the effects of Mercury retrograde, as it is pretty much stationary in the sky. It's not moving at all. So plans are going to continue to change and shift. Things are going to feel confusing. You would assume that things are going to happen one way and then they don't. So practice flexibility and patience throughout this Mercury retrograde, but especially at the beginning and end of it, as those times are very potent as Mercury is not moving in the sky. And use this time to reflect on whatever emotions are coming up. With the moon conjoining Jupiter, there's going to be emotional releasing happening. This is a positive release, as Jupiter rules over abundance and hope. So look at whatever is releasing as a good sign. Don't look at it as, oh my God, like I don't want to feel this emotion, this is too much, because this is happening for your highest good. So view whatever emotions that are coming up as a blessing, so that way you can dissolve them if they no longer serve you. And Thursday is really just a day for gearing up for Friday. There's a lot happening on Friday, and we will get to that now. On Friday, the 27th, we have a Mars-Uranus square, Mars being in the sign of Aquarius and Uranus in the sign of Taurus, happening in the morning. We also have the moon forming a trine to Venus and Mercury. We have the moon forming a sextile to Uranus, and we also have the Venus-Mercury conjunction happening later in the evening. On this day, we are going to feel a dramatic contrast in energy. There's going to be a lot of drama playing out on the world stage, and potentially in our individual lives. There is a very possible level of conflict here. Mars squaring Uranus can be about unexpected conflict or action or anger, frustration. So definitely don't let your aggression or emotions get the best of you on this day, and do not lash out at other people. Be careful when you are driving, because people may get road rage. That is a very common thing with Mars transits. People will act out on their aggression if they are not mature in how they handle it. While we have that, we also have a lot of good energy happening. We have the moon trining Mercury and Venus, and then Mercury and Venus conjoining in Pisces. So while we are going through the beginning of Mercury retrograde, Venus is essentially giving Mercury a hug right now. Venus enjoys being in Pisces. It is exalted there. It's like a welcome guest. And so Venus coming to greet Mercury, who does not like being in the sign of Pisces, it's kind of like a boost of energy. And the way I can see this playing out is people in our lives, our loved ones, family, friends supporting us, or your community supporting you, or you just sharing love with other people. That is going to help. If there's anything crazy happening on this day, there's going to be people coming together. So be on the lookout for that. Be a good support system for other people. And if you need support on this day, don't be afraid to reach out to whoever is in your life. On Saturday, the 28th, the moon is going to enter Leo in the very early morning hours. It will then trine Neptune and Saturn in Aries, and the moon will finally oppose Pluto around 8 a.m. Pacific time. So we are going to wake up on Saturday and feel emotionally triggered. That's probably the most likely outcome with this energy. I'm someone with moon opposite Pluto in my birth chart, so I understand this energy. This can lead to emotional volatility or one emotion just setting you off in a way that you did not expect. And my recommendation is just to be careful with your emotions, similar to the energy on Friday. Don't get caught up in any drama. If you find yourself triggered, take a step back, take a deep breath, and really think before you take action, because this can be a very welcome learning experience for you. Emotions are going to feel very passionate and outgoing on Saturday and Sunday as the moon is in Leo. Leo's a very outgoing sign. It wants to be the center of attention. So this is a good time to be out and proud and just having fun, finding childlike joy, even if things feel rough right now. Just find things that you enjoy doing with people that you love, and just watch for any emotional triggers on this day. On Sunday, March 1st, there are no major transits happening, but we are quickly approaching the lunar eclipse in Virgo. So we are already in this full moon energy. So emotions are going to feel heightened. And on top of that, Mars is at the very end of Aquarius and will enter Pisces on Monday. So Mars being at 29 degrees of Aquarius, we could still feel that sense of conflict or aggression on a global level or on an individual level. So just be on the lookout for that. Use this time to prepare for the lunar eclipse and just take care of yourself, journal, do what you have to do to self-care as we approach this important lunar eclipse. The overall energy of this week asks us to watch for any emotional triggers, use the love from our friends and family, community to support us, and also give this love back to those who need it. Be mindful of any conflict or aggression happening around you, and just be aware that plans are shifting and changing right now as Mercury stations retrograde. Being in the middle of eclipses, there's a lot of uncertainty right now, so don't be surprised if you don't know all the answers to where you are going. But just start implementing changes into your life, into your routine that align with who you want to be, because they will guide you in the right direction, even if things feel foggy right now. Let your intuition guide you and be your compass right now. I look forward to talking about the next week of astrology with you the next week. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.